simple drywall repairs. You can see the holes in the wall here. This is what we had. We had a towel rack. This is upside down, but you get the idea. And if you have kids, you know how destructive they can be. My 9-year-old decided this was a good place to try to do pull-ups from, and it didn't really work out too well. So I'm going to do some drywall patching, and then I'm just going to move it over to like there. And we'll try it there, and hopefully he's learned his lesson. Pick these up from Lowe's. I haven't used this style before, but it looked better than the kind I used before. I've used like a screen type that you put on, and then you just kind of fill it with mud. But this looked a lot better. So you've got a patch here, and it's got a piece of drywall right on it. So you cut the hole out, and you have this styrofoam to measure the hole. Mark it, cut it out, and you slip that right over and mud it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and use my drywall saw, cut that out. That one looks good too. Now it looks like we just got to get some mud in there and get our first coat in. I'm just getting some mud on the paper here. We want mud in the crack around there. I'll put some on here too. Okay, I'm just going to do that for the first coat. Okay, well the mud is dried with this. Just scraped any edges off. Didn't get it perfect. I'm going to put another coat of mud on though. Let me tell you, if you're thinking of trying this yourself, I am horrible at doing drywall mud. And we'll see how mine turns out. I think it'll be good enough for most of you. Okay, I think it's starting to come into her. Probably one more coat after this. Okay, there's the second coat. This hole over here looks better, I think. Probably one more coat and I'll have that blended in pretty good. Okay, I think that should do it. We'll let it get good and dry. Scrape the edges off, do some light sanding. Should be ready to paint. So the last coat of mud is dry now. It has to be the last coat because I ran out. So hopefully this turns out good. So I'm just going to use this and knock the edges off again. So here's what I like to use for sanding. I use these. They're like a sponge. Sanding blocks. So I'm going to get going on these. I just usually like to go in circles and not take off too much at once. Probably hit it with a wet sponge and get all the dust off the wall and then paint it. This is one of the chunks that the kids tore out of the wall and get a good color match. Now I'm just going to take a damp cloth, wipe the wall down, let it get dry before I paint. This is just to get rid of any of the dust. You can see the dust here that was stuck on there. We want to get that off before we put paint on. And this is also going to show you where there's any imperfections that you might want to do some more sanding on. See, there's a few spots here that were filled in with dust. And just wiping it off, now you can see there's irregularities in the mud. So I'm going to go ahead and sand these down a little bit. There's a few more spots. I don't know if you can see that one. Not real bad, but if I wouldn't have wiped this off, I wouldn't have known, and I would have just painted over, and then the paint wouldn't have stuck there. So it's kind of an important step. There's another spot. So we'll just go ahead and get all these re-sanded down, and we'll wipe it again. Okay, I'm definitely more pleased with this. Let me just move around here. I don't see any of the low spots anymore. There's one little spot, it'll focus right here, but there's not much I can do with that. Got it as best I can. Hopefully the paint will cover that up a little bit better. Everything else looks good. Okay, it's time to paint now. Looks pretty good, I think. Probably not a perfect repair. You can see some little spots if you look real close. You can see mostly at the corner here where it's not quite even. But I think this one over here turned out really good. You can't tell where it's at. So overall, I'd say don't be afraid. This is probably an easy way to start if you've never done any drywall, mudding, or drywall work before. It's just a small little task that you can get done in like a couple days. So give it a shot. Got the towel rack back installed. Looks really good. Hopefully the kids don't try to hang from it again.